And this is a conversation that I really wanted to have with you, Max, because of course we didn't do any reporting on the round one of the playoffs. And I wanted to speak about Giannis. This is not after game one or after game two. This is just a thought that's been brewing in my head and has been going on for a while. In my opinion, I think it's clear whether Giannis wins this series or not, or wins the finals. It's confirmed Giannis is the best player in the world. Do you agree with me?
I think he's the best player in the world, yeah. It's just always going to strike people a little different when he's the best player in the world. Like Shaq. Shaq, 2000 to 2003, was there a better player in the NBA?
No.
It's weird, though, that they're not the closer on their teams. That you don't really want Giannis at top of the key with the ball in his hands. That's a little weird with some people. Yeah. I don't think it really matters because, hey, that's
that was the whole thing with KD, Max. It was like, oh, but KD, I want the ball in his hands.
You know, I think where KD is at this point in his career, and he's always struggled with just physicality. This is the rare thing about guys like LeBron, guys like Jordan, even guys like Kobe. You never could out physical them. They were always the guys who could rise up to the level of physicality. And Giannis is the rare case. He's not, Michael Jordan didn't dish out punishment like Giannis. Giannis is 260, running downhill, just blowing up players, just with his bony elbows. He just moves people out the way. That's what he did game one. He was like, hey, you can't effing stop me. Yeah. You guys realize that, right? And everyone's going to say Grant Williams did a hell of a job. Yeah, Giannis didn't have a great game, but they did their freaking job. They got one. That's all they needed to do in Boston without Middleton. Get one. If they can go back to Milwaukee, take care of business, 3-1, now you're like, oh, shit, now we're playing a little tight.
Yeah. But the whole KD, I think KD getting – the fact that he got swept, I'm not saying win the series.
Please don't start this bullshit again where you have to win one fucking game. Please don't start this shit again.
I would say this. I would want more out of him, whether you win it or not, because there were close games regardless, 7 points or less, but I would want more from KD. And I felt like watching those games, I didn't get the level of being the best player in the world, and there's nothing you can do about it vibes.
What did you think of his performance? Like, what was the thing that, like, you had one takeaway, like one specific thing? What would you say it was? For me, go ahead.
I would say just being a little bit careless with the ball. Like, Jason Tatum was all over him.
He couldn't figure him out. That's what struck me. I was like, this dude couldn't figure it out. And maybe it's not a KD thing. Maybe it was just like the Nets offense could never balance out. We have enough shooting, then we're going to get scored on every time.
Yeah. Oh, as far as the team thing goes, Max, I get it. They got swept. Everyone just
one of their best players has a hurt back one. That's nothing to make fun of.
I know. But this is the team that was looking for Blake Griffin to give him some fucking energy.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. When you're unloading Blake Griffin and you're kind of fucking excited about it.
Right. That just goes to show you how desperate they were and how undermanned they were. Yeah. But KD, in my opinion, I'm basing him off the best player in the world.
Yeah, underwhelming.
It's underwhelming. And just because I'm giving Giannis the throne now doesn't mean KD sucks. Doesn't mean KD's trash. And not at all. For me, it confirms I would rather take Giannis over KD right now as the best player in the world, simply because the dominant factor, of course, what Giannis does all over the court, playmaking, imposing his will, but also on defense. Like, people don't understand. I think he's the best defensive player in the world too.
Absolutely.
I don't give a fuck what Marcus Smart won the award. Blah, blah, blah. It's a regular season award. I can give two fucks about Marcus Smart winning it. Okay? Congratulations. But the reality is Giannis is the best defender in the world also.
He's just a Swiss Army knife.
That has to mean something. Yeah. That has to mean something.
I feel like he's like, if he had Draymond's just fucking like feel for defense and like ability to process, because I think that's the one area he lacks. But he's like, hey, I can go block a shot that's like 1.5 feet over the basket. I can slide in front of Marcus Smart, and then I can guard Daniel Theis. Draymond, he's all like cerebral. He's like, I can't jump, but I can block your shot because I can time it. Giannis is like, oh, I missed time, but I can still get it. No problem.